So these here, ever used a toggler? Like hanging something on the wall? Drill a hole in your wood, put it through, pick it up. You need to get it out because once you've installed it, it's on the far side or on the floor. You can't get to it. Push it down, pull it out. So these are new, pretty handy. For the cost of them, they are so effective. They're good for 750 kg, so like 1,800 pounds each. These are industry standard for lifting floor and roof plates. These are combi clutches. This has to be a certain depth, has to be a certain thickness. That is for you to figure out, not me. As a master, I'm not a carpenter, so I don't know the specs on every piece. These come usually pre-installed. Or you guys have a spec book when you're doing your mass timber, and you have to go probably to the buried threads. You know, they can stick out a little bit, whatever it may be. This goes here. Usually four of them. They have to face the right direction, so they pull. Yeah, usually this thing has to point towards the center. Now, the best way to do these is they have hogged out ones with a special rounded Forstner bit. That's exactly this profile. And this gets inset into that. And then, well, you can reuse them way more, and they're good for way more because when they're exposed like this, they bend the screws in, or the combis in. When they're like that, they're held stable. And it's perfect. And usually on those things, they sheet right over, you know, because usually it's a roof panel or a floor panel, and they're getting covered with something. So,
no risk of being damaged transport.
No. Yeah. So that is ideal. Fast. Like, so just click, 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 in, hit them, boom, go to the next one. These are a really good system. This is Nate was showing the new 2.5 tonners. That's a lot for wood. You know what I mean? Like, but there's big panels out there too. Like, they're getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, these recommend. These also swivel through bolts. Yeah, they're great. One of the only problems is all your lifts are going to be offset slightly.
Oh,
right. You know, you might be able to get away with this.
You did yesterday?
Yeah. These are really handy. I mean, honestly, in a lot of jobs.
Sorry, just the offset.
Oh, because you're lifting off one side. You're not lifting off the center of the piece.
Right.
So your piece is going to be hanging.
Not by that far. Yeah. Okay.
And your piece is going to be hanging. Well, even if you're just lifting off like one face of the piece, right?
So you're on one face, not the center of the piece.
Yeah. So, great, but not vertical, you know, which tends to not be a huge issue, even with wall panels. Like, usually I'm tilting them in anyways. But top rigging is obviously the best. Well, no. See, that's the thing. There's a spec for end grain, and a lot of them can't be. Yeah, so a lot of them you can't put in end grain. These, like, honestly, fuck, if I could put 2 of these on the top of every fucking wall piece, it'd be a dream. They'll all be perfect center, you know, flat pieces flying down and lifted. But yeah. So again, these have to be spec'd out by you, whether you can lift them with end grain, whether they're spec'd for that, how long the fucking bolts have to be, how big. So they all. Where's the fucking Bergen plate? There's one more I'll go grab. Oh, they used it maybe. That big, huge, massive plate.
I saw it earlier.
So
it's the ones now where it almost drops in a hole and it's like
you have a special bit,
Yeah.
and you just hit it with an impact. So that plate, you can pre-mount all those plates. You just have 2 swivels, and just like knock the swivels in, switch them out, and have somebody come by later and take all the plates off. The plates also have 2. You can either run 4 or 8 bolts, depending on the weight of it. Like, that plate's fucking crazy. You can lift the fucking Eiffel Tower with it. Way overkill for wood. Like, fuck. Like I said, you can lift, fuck.
says it here. The heaviest tilted panel is 2,400 pounds.
Yeah,
This project,
which is
from
fuck
this
all.
project.
Yeah. I've been,
Probably.
you know, I've done panels like,
Thick.
yeah, I've done pretty big panels,
Yeah.
but like, fuck, nothing over 10 grand ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like the precast concrete.
Oh fuck! Well, precast, you're doing 400,000 pounds for fuck's sakes. You know, it's a whole different ballgame. You need equalizers. You need fucking snatch blocks everywhere. Usually they're 16-point lift. Because when with a tilt up,
Yeah.
usually using a big ass crane,
Right.
and you have to have a spreader bar,
Yeah.
and then 2 snatch blocks,
Right.
and then 2 more snatch blocks on each of those,
Oh my god.
and then so it goes down to 16 points,
Right.
and they have 16 of these clutches,
Right.
but they're bigger.
Right.
And they're all equalized with snatch blocks so that they all have equal weight on them, because concrete can't support itself. Wood, I could drill a hole in the top and fucking stand it up without ever worrying about it. Wood is so forgiving and so strong, and so it's structurally sound. Like, fuck, wood is deadly. Way better than steel and concrete as far as being able to, like, I can tilt these up on a 2x4, right? I don't have to have $8 million worth of crane and rigging to get it off straight.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no worries. So there you go. You got a project. Yeah, no. Wood is a really great thing to be lifting because, like, again, you're there's almost no way you're gonna break a wood panel by picking it. You know, they're so strong compared to their weight. Yeah, no, it's way better than doing concrete, and way lighter and way safer, and quite frankly, way more fun.
Sorry, just to interject a bit. One of the interesting points in the course, they talked about concrete slabs. 60% of their thickness is just to support their own weight.
Yeah.
So if you have a 300 mil thick slab, 60% of that is just to hold up the concrete, and then the rest of it is to hold up the people and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you guys wanna, we're gonna start inspecting really quick. Anything we're gonna use, I'm not gonna make you inspect everything because we don't really need to go there. But whatever we're gonna use, we're gonna inspect. Tagline. I'm gonna talk about taglines for a second because nobody ever gets it right. Anybody know how to tie a bowline? Yeah, it'll take me 2 tries too, and I do it a lot. I always twist it the wrong way. Every time. Okay. Yeah. So, let's see. Do a loop. Go through, around, back. No, I did that wrong. There you go. Through, around, back. No, did it wrong again. Through, around, there we go. Back. That wasn't right. It's good enough. Anyways, bowline is a really good knot. It doesn't come off. For this, I mean, honestly, what I would do is make a loop and just stick the bottom through and choke it on. And then you could just walk around like literally like this and just throw the lasso around it and tighten it. It just can't come off. If it falls off, it's really bad usually, if you need it. A lot of places require taglines now on things that don't need taglines, like a column. They don't want anybody touching a load. If it's not long and swinging into things, technically it's not that important. But if it is like something long in the wind and that tagline falls off, usually it's a problem. A lot of sites, there isn't room to put stuff down. You know, so if it's once it's on the air spinning around, you're like, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to smash it into something, you know. Yeah, eventually, if it's not gonna stop. If I can't bring it anywhere to like gently put it down or get it out of the wind or something, yeah, we'll sit and talk about it while it's spinning, but eventually somebody's gonna have to make a decision. So yeah, make sure your tagline doesn't fall off. The second thing is, 90% of the time, what I want you to do is keep the load perpendicular to the cab. If you're not going to hit anything, follow me around and just keep the load.
Long beams like this.
Yeah,
Perpendicular.
yeah. What I don't want is it swinging into me.
Of course.
Yeah, imagine with a live panel.
Uh, again, it's not like things swinging into the boom. It's bad usually. Like the newer booms, especially the really strong round ones, like they're like a tin can. You pop that center and the whole thing collapses.
Yeah, right.
So nothing can hit your boom. It's bad news. I mean, technically, nothing should hit anything. That's the whole name of the game. Is don't run into stuff. So, really important to be on the tagline. Generally, the guy who's signaling is also telling the tagline guy what to do. So, I'm swinging this way. Keep it parallel to the fence so it doesn't swing over the public. You can't be swinging over people. Sometimes on job sites, you have a raft slab being built with 300 rebar guys down there. You're swinging over them. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm swinging over them as fast as I can and getting that thing out of the way. But you don't want it spinning around wildly. You got to have a plan, and this is where I'm saying with your plan your route. What are we gonna have to do? We're gonna pick that up. There's a delineator there. That's a no-fly zone, so we're gonna have to bring it this way. So you're gonna boom up, hold the load until you get it on this side of that delineator. Then we can swing it. You're gonna decide how close, or I'm gonna decide, somebody's gonna decide how close I want it to my cab to make it safe there, and then we know we're gonna swing that way. And we're gonna bring it down to a work height where we can hold it. Like, you guys are gonna have to make this plan before we start lifting. Whoever's signaling is like, this is where I wanna go. This is how I'm gonna get there. That's all you need to know. That's better than 90% of the people I deal with. If you have a plan, most people are pick it up and be like, I don't know, take it over there.
Right.
It's like, well, I mean, really, if it was up to me, I would just swing over the bushes every time.
Well, yeah, there's not going to be
But we're not doing that here.
Wouldn't practice the correct way to do it?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, in the real world, I would swing over like my own cab. I would swing over just where there's no people, keep it away from everybody, high, and get it over there, and then bring it down to you. But we're not doing that. We're walking pieces around. We're holding them, keeping them controlled.
very tight footprint, and that's
Yeah. That's a highway full of people. That's a daycare full of babies.
too many babies.
It's all babies. They're all running around wildly. If something falls, you're in trouble. You're in the noose.
A lot of stuff
And
like
not
that
for a
is
good
controlled by
reason.
lockouts as well.
What's that?
Like, do you control a lot of that with lockouts on the...
It's even a little big. I'll use 8-footers. 10-footer. Is there another green one? Okay, we'll use these. So, what are these, 4s? On a sling, when you're inspecting it, there are a few things it has to have. It has to have a legible label. Most important. And on that label, it has to have some things. It has to have a serial number. If it doesn't have a serial number, they can't track it. It's no good. Then they have to have a capacity. Wire rope slings just have a capacity, and then you calculate your basket or your choke. Basket times by 2, choke times by 0.75. Most fabric slings have your different capacities on them. So it has capacity, serial number, length. And then you have to inspect. So one of the things you never want to lift on the label. So if your label's in the wrong spot, you just have to do that. You know what I mean? You don't want your label getting wrecked, because if your label gets ripped off, it's garbage. So what we're inspecting for is abrasion usually, rips, tears. There you go. No, that's the less. You can't lift less than 3/16.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier.
No, but that's not your 5D.
Oh, that's not your 5D.
That's just your minimum lifting. It'll without a softener.
Right, without a softener. I got you.
So these are softeners.
Yeah.
If you're lifting something heavy and sharp, You put these on around the sling usually,
Oh, okay.
and then that protects the sling from ripping. Usually lifting steel like iron and shit, like especially if it's heavy, you're gonna use a softener. Like the edges will just tear these like nothing. Choked, generally you're gonna choke them through a shackle, which are right here. These are shackles. When you're doing a choke with a shackle, I think I'm being a little long-winded because it's fucking lunchtime.
Well, we're having fun though.
There's a lot to. I could talk about cranes for fucking ever. So say you're choking with a shackle, you never want to have this situation. You don't ever want the choke, the running line of the choke on the pin, because theoretically, it can unscrew it. Although it's never fucking happened. Generally, what you do is you spin it around, so you have the loop of it on. Well, no, it doesn't do anything. This doesn't move. This part runs, right, as you're choking. That's just the best practice. Shackles, you don't ever interchange pins. These pins are engineered as a package. This is tested with this pin. If you undo 5 shackles and throw the fucking pins in a pile and do them all up, I mean, probably nobody's gonna catch you, but theoretically that is a no-no and they're all garbage. I have a lot of different shackles, a lot of different sizes if we need them. We don't usually use shackles on this. We try to keep all the steel off the wood.